A problem is not proof that something is wrong. Hi everyone, welcome to He Vibes, She Dives. I am Lady Drasmin, and in today's solo episode for the series Duality, Balance, and Harmony, I am going to be looking in deeper into problems and what they really are. I will bring in a dissection of the word problems, P-R-O-B-L-E-M-S. What is it, and how do we alchemize problems to discern the duality, balance, and harmony aspects within what is present in your current now field. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining us. If you are returning, thank you for continuing to be on this journey with you. I mean, with me, with Timber, and with yourself too, right? And this is starting to wrap up season 2 of this He Vibes, She Dives series. And as I was feeling into today's topic of duality, balance, and harmony, and what I could bring into it, I was reflecting on the growth within myself, within this collaboration, within my co-host Timber, over the past 2 years as we have been in this communion together, and the many problems that we experienced, right? And so, what is a problem, right? And how do I work with problems? And before I even start, my invitation for you is, as always, to come in with a lens of curiosity, with a notepad and a pen, and with a yummy drink, some water. Get comfy where you are, and let's dive in. So, a problem is not proof that something is wrong. A problem is often an invitation to look deeper, to look closer, to shift perception, to see a different path, to be curious and develop our critical thinking. What's critical thinking? The ability to be aware, assess, analyze, see potential possibilities, and choose a path that feels most aligned and in the best interest of all. So a problem is an opportunity to recognize where we are participating in the creation of our own experience. Instead of asking, how do I solve this? Shift into, what is this showing me? Because sometimes the problem isn't asking to be fixed. It's asking to be understood. So that, and especially so that, you don't have a similar experience happen later down the spiral of life. Now, every problem presents as a duality, this or that, right or wrong, win or lose, me or them. Yet harmony isn't found by choosing one or the other or eliminating one or the other. Harmony emerges in how we relate to both. This makes me think of a teaching I stumbled into in Zen Buddhism over a decade or two ago. And it was the practice of Mu. And it is a philosophy, shall we say, that invites you to unask the question. that says the answer is neither this nor that. It is both and beyond what the combination of both is. Mu is what else is possible. And I love the idea of meeting difficulty with curiosity. Hence, a lot of what I do in my personal and professional life today. A problem is rarely just the circumstance. It is often our relationship with the circumstance. I used to have a real problem with plastic, and I have spoken into this story in previous teachings and episodes. If you have been following me for a while, you may be familiar. And it was when I was going through my elder training for my shamanic medicine woman pathways and practices and studies, learning how to tend the circle in ceremony. And for 3 days, I didn't speak. I sat and I listened to the shaman. And on day 3, he looked at me and he said, "Hey, you've been very quiet. Do you have any questions?" And oh boy, I went into a rant about plastic, blah, 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 plastic. And he looked at me and he smiled and he said, "It is not about the object or the subject. It is about your relationship with that object or subject." Click. It was my perception to the plastic. Plastic is here. Yes, we are working on no longer producing plastic and discovering alternative plant-based ways of that material, which there are many. So for a while, plastic is here to stay, right? So I realized that I had to develop a relationship with plastic. So that's that first part of problems. P, perception. We're starting to break down the word here a little early because I'm getting excited. So problems first is perception. What's really going on? How am I participating in this? The same event can create two completely different realities, two completely different stories, two completely different timelines, depending on how we meet it, how we perceive it, how we receive it. The problem is not the duality. It's often the suffering that comes from believing we have to choose one or the other. We have to fight one side instead of seeing both, being curious about a third option. Balance is the exchange of the problem versus the solution, the obstacle versus the pathway. So balance isn't found by escaping the problem. Escaping, that comes in later. And no, it's not the letter E. So balance happens when we stop. And this is a practice that is the number one practice I share with every single one of you is stop. Slow down, take a breath, observe what's really happening, then proceed, right? If you're finding yourself flustered, if you're finding yourself triggered, if you're finding yourself confused, if you're just finding yourself unsteady, stop, take a breath. Stop, S, stop, T, take a breath. O, observe, open your eyes, open your lungs. Drop your shoulders, right? Open your lungs. And then when you're more centered, proceed, right? One breath is the difference between a choice from awareness and a not so smart choice, right? A little bit of a dum-dum. It happens. We all do it, right? We didn't stop. We didn't take a breath. Even surgeons who have a patient on the OR, they're masters of breath work because they know that they have to be steady within themselves to be operating in sometimes life and death situations, right? So slow down, take a breath, stop. Problems, P, perception. What am I perceiving here? How am I seeing this? How am I relating to that? Right? Now we start honoring that exchange. We're in balance. We're developing balance with our problem, right? We're not running from it. Ooh, running. PR? Could R be running and problems? Stay tuned. And then harmony happens in our relationship to whatever is going on, right? We find harmony with our challenge. We find harmony with our difficulty. We realize that we might be creating our own suffering by resisting using our critical thinking skills, using our intuition, using our boundaries. What's really going on here? So next time you have a problem, ask yourself this: what happens if I stop resisting one side of duality and begin relating to all of it consciously? Okay, all right, let's break down the word problems, okay? What are problems as an acronym? PROBLEMS. P, perceiving, right? The greatest suffering isn't often the circumstance itself. It's how we are relating to it. Are we relating to it from our old stories? Are we relating to it from the past? Are we relating to it from fear? Are we relating to it from exhaustion? Are we relating to it from poor boundaries? Okay, that brings me to ROB. Rob. What is robbing you of your peace right now? Running or blaming? Running or blaming is robbing you of your peace. PROB, perceiving running or blaming. A problem becomes a problem when you run from it or you blame something outside of you. Because P, perception, is the lens through which reality is experienced. Change the lens and the experience begins to change. The problem now becomes less about what happened and more about how we are relating to what is happening. When we perceive through our old stories, when we run away from discomfort, when we blame others or even ourselves, when we're ignoring the actual situation and looking for some kind of escape, avoidance will not dissolve the pattern. Avoidance will keep you in a loop. So, problems. Are you perceiving? Are you running? Are you blaming? Or every moment offers a choice. Reaction or response. Escape or presence. Blame or ownership. Perceiving or running. Perceiving or blaming. Perceiving and choosing to shift and clear the lens. So what's LEMS? Well, perceiving or problems. Perceiving, running, or blaming leaves everything magically solved. I got 99 problems and avoidance isn't one. When we continue to participate in this loop of blaming, avoiding, escaping, going into addictions, going into bypassing, right? We create this distortion that it's all solved, but it's really not. It's just festering under the surface. Because what we leave unexamined will continue to ask for our attention. We are in a spiral of life. Life is not a straight line, it is a spiral. We start in the womb of creation and we spiral out and we go into a life experience. So we're always at a point of the spiral looking inward to the center, to the origin point, which is why we can return again and again to that divine blueprint of purity, presence, and peace. So when perception changes, everything changes. We start seeing the spiral differently. Not because the world is different, because our inner lens has shifted. Life has a remarkable way of bringing us back to what we are unwilling to face. And magic isn't fantasy. And I've spoken into magic in previous episodes. Magic is the relationship between awareness, consenting choice, and lived experience. So some problems aren't solved by changing the circumstance. Sometimes they're solved by just changing the consciousness, the level of awareness that we are bringing to it. So yes, it can be magically solved, but the magic isn't just waving your wand and beepity boppity boop. It's all working out. As I am bringing this teaching transmission forward, our world is burning, literally burning. Europe is on fire. India is on fire. North America is on fire. The Arctic just hit, the Antarctica just hit 100 degrees. Polar bears are dying in their home habitat. This is not normal. This is the result of running or blaming somebody else for a problem until it got personal, until it hurt enough. And now it's hurting collective. Oh, it's just one plastic bottle, said 1 million people. Oh, it's just one candy wrapper, said 3 billion people. We leave behind our responsibility to ourselves, to the earth, to our planet, and then we suffer the consequence and we wonder, why? Well, let's trace that spiral. Let's trace that spiral. This is some of the big work that I do with my one-on-one clients in my immersive containers when we are working on nervous system harmony, is we are ever working from the origin point, looking out into where an experience, a trauma, a story, a movie, a whatever distorted your lens that creates a distortion that then doesn't allow you to truly be present with what is asking your attention. Because a problem is an invitation to look at something and say, hey, this needs extra attention. Not necessarily something's wrong, just pay extra attention. And sometimes a subtle inner shift can avoid a generation of pain. So problems aren't a sign of failure. And the moment we stop running, we stop blaming, we stop pointing fingers, we stop saying, you know what? I'm gonna die before this even bothers me. Oh, okay, so you wanna come back into the chaos that you contributed to. And then you're gonna have to work through your karma then. Whether you believe in it or not, that's just part of being in the earth plane experience. Earth has its own laws, the laws of nature. Earth has seen the extinction of many civilizations again and again and again over several billion years. And so right now, we are seeing the death of the old world. And what comes from the old world that is dying is demanding personal accountability, not just for self, but for impact of personal choices in the collective and towards the collective whole. Are you honoring your sex? Are you honoring your culture? Are you honoring your practices? Are you living in presence and embodiment? Or are you operating from disassociated performance? When we become willing to participate differently, clarity begins to emerge. Not because it suddenly became easier and the problem just went away, but because we begin meeting life, ourselves, our experiences differently. That's where that stop practice comes in. Just stop, slow down, take a breath, observe, proceed. Are you going to proceed from trigger, or are you going to proceed from, oh, okay, I'm triggered here. I recognize this. Let me take responsibility for this. Let me choose to resolve the core wound so that I can respond to life next time instead of reacting. Something else that has been coming up in the field recently with a lot of my clients and in my inner circles is the sabotage energy. And this feels connected and related to bring into this conversation today, right? Because that sabotage energy can perpetuate the problem loop, the running or blaming, especially the internal, right? The internal looping that happens. Oh, I should have known better. Oh, I could have done this better. Oh, coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Yeah, we've talked about this. Coulda, woulda, shouldas. Eliminate those from your vocabularies. They are anchors into shame and guilt and doubt. We don't need no coulda, woulda, shouldas. Okay, you made a choice. We didn't die. We're here now with clarity, with acceptance. Now we're going to make a different consenting choice. This moment we have now is all there is. Be enough. You are enough. This moment is enough. This is how we apply this in the now. Let's look at one problem that you are currently facing. Okay? We're not going to solve this problem right now. We're just going to bring in an awareness practice into this problem. Let's take a big deep breath in. Exhale, clear the field. Okay, let's bring that problem in and let's work through the problem steps, okay? Now, P, problem. Perceiving. Where am I perceiving this problem from? Are you tired? Are you hungry? Are you overworked? Is this not even your responsibility? Is this your responsibility, but you've taken too long to look at it? What is the lens that you are looking at this problem through? Perceiving. P-R-O, problems are running. Where am I avoiding what wants my attention? Your teeth are hurting you. Have you been taking care of your teeth? Have you been brushing your teeth daily? By the way, your teeth does affect your entire body. They are connected directly to your kidneys. Facts. So if you don't brush your teeth, you are directly hurting your kidneys. So you're having issues with your kidneys. You're having urinary issues. Are you taking care of your teeth? Are you drinking enough water? Are you flossing? Okay. What are you avoiding? That's just one example. What are you avoiding that needs your attention? Or, right, P-R-O-B, blaming. What are you blaming? Oh, I don't have enough money to buy good toothpaste. Oh, well, they're not doing it, so why should I? Oh, well, this is how my ancestors were. This is the generation I was born into. Oh, you know what? I'm tired today. Okay, you could be tired. Sometimes you still got to do what you got to do. I don't want to, but I get to. Right? P-R-O-B, perceiving, running, or blaming leaves everything magically solved. Now leaves, right? We're not leaving. We're going to leave perceiving, running, or blaming. And now participate differently, see differently. Choose one new response, okay? Look at this problem and choose one new response. Now notice what begins to shift. Did it suddenly clear everything? Maybe. If it did, share in the comments below. Would love to know. If it didn't, it's okay, right? Harmony is not the absence of problems. Harmony is the ability to meet every experience without abandoning ourselves. And this is how we strengthen in our sovereign embodiment. We strengthen in our sovereignty by expanding our capacity of awareness and stabilizing our ability to meet ourselves in the present moment with all that is arising within and without abandoning ourselves. Because duality is just part of being in this human experience. We're in a paradox. There is possibly always going to be a better choice. Okay, you still are going to have to make a choice. So what is the new response? What is the new perception? What is the new lens that you are choosing to shift into now? Instead of blaming or just running away from it, blaming something outside of you or something internal or running away from it, what are you going to choose differently? Balance is that daily tending to the exchange within and without, with giving and receiving. This is how we navigate problems. We don't leave the issue behind. We look at it and discern how to balance the exchange, because now the imbalance is what creates friction. There's an imbalance. Dis-ease is an imbalance of the body. The fires raging across the planet is a result of imbalance between the natural ecosystems that have been here for billions of years and the humans who think, not all of them, but a lot of humans think that they are the superior species. Life reality check, ding, ding, ding. We're literally here for a blink in time. There are trees, mountains. The literal planet is older than all of us combined. Facts. So when we stop resisting life, right? When perception changes, how's that problem feeling for you now, by the way? Everybody let me know in the comments below, okay? Let me know if this is a real problem or if it was your perception, creating something gigantic that it really didn't need to be. Again, a problem is not proof that something is wrong. It's simply a signal that something is ready to be seen differently. And when that perception changes, our relationship with reality changes. And sometimes that is all the solution that we were ever looking for. In conclusion, duality presents the experience. here we are, living our lives, and then boom, opportunity. Balance determines how we meet it, right? When we are present and aware and our self-care is on point, more conscious of our triggers and less likely to react. When we're not in balance within ourselves and we're just a little tired or cranky or just caught us on the wrong wind, claws come out. Okay, all right, we're human. This human experience is not about bypassing our bodies and our emotions and our experiences. It is about learning how to be with them without losing ourselves in a temporary experience. And then harmony emerges through our conscious relationships, our conscious relationship with ourselves, with each other, with the earth, with our creativity, with our money, with whatever that you are relating to. Experience, choice, evolution. This is what problems bring to us. They reveal the doorway into discovering another layer of our own sovereign selves. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing the space with me. I would love to hear any insights or key takeaways that came through for you in this transmission today. And Timber and I look forward to being in circle with you during our live integration for this series, the 4th Thursday of this month. Until we meet again, take good care of your beautiful self, beloved. Nourish, hydrate, breathe, and remember, you are love, here to love and to be loved.